Sowie, Pappy.
Here we go again. Oh, podcasting like nobody's business. So if you listen to last week's podcast, we're just going again. We're just doing it again, basically. Last week's podcast was
yesterday.
Yeah, we recorded it yesterday. And I thought I'm busy next week and stuff, so we're just going to record another one today. And that's what we're doing. And I think we might run through some of the debauchery and just general like shame that occurred after the podcast and everything, because we drunk a lot of Ron Jeremy's rum and had some absinthe that came in vials. So it got a little much, I think, but it was entertaining. It'll get chopped up into fun clips on the Streams Badly YouTube channel, where you can get the video version of this podcast. You can also get the video version of this podcast on Spotify, as well as the audio version, and you can get the audio version on Apple Podcasts and all other good podcast streaming platforms. Follow Tweets Badly for updates, and you can catch the recording of the podcast live at twitch.tv/streamsbadly. Oh, good lord. So why don't we do a little rundown of what we got up to last night? You can go to twitch.tv/streamsbadly and see some of this if you're interested. But we had the alcohol.
Yes.
We then talked about Batman and shit for a while. And then we what was the first thing we did after that? Oh, we did the absinthe after we had Ron Jeremy after the podcast.
After we did the podcast, we did the absinthe, yeah.
And I like how we did the absinthe first and then gave you a tattoo. It really should have been the other way around, thinking about it.
No.
It should have been the other way around. But that's what we ended up with. Then Judd's got a little smiling fella on him. Let's take a look at him. Let's get a little
smiling fella on my...
There he is!
It's a little smiling fella.
You can't see that on I'll put it on the screen for people watching the video version, but yeah, I that's an interesting one. I got that tattoo gun thinking, at some point I might you might let me tattoo you, but I'll probably have to tattoo myself first.
Yeah.
And it ended up being that you just let me straight away, which I think is quite funny. So yeah, it's supposed to be for the people who have seen Judd's tattoo that I gave him, it's supposed to be the Smiling Friends logo.
It looks so shit.
If you know what that is, have a little look-see of that if you don't know what it is. But yeah, so we did that one, and then we played Superliminal for a long while. What did you think of that game?
I liked it. I thought it was cute.
I thought it was a lovely little game.
Yeah.
And we did play Snakey Bus, actually. I've just seen that and realised that was a waste of fucking money. I might get Piku Niku or something for us to play next, or I don't know. We'll see. Or I can show you the latest Ratchet and Clank game, because you've not seen that, have you?
Now, you say latest? Is that
not the latest? Because that's Rifts Apart, isn't it? I mean the reboot.
I've not played it.
Because I think you'd really like it. It's really faithful to the original, but feels new.
Yeah. I saw stuff like that. It was stuff like just making Ratchet just his swing that he does with his wrench. Just that's faster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I told you about that last time, didn't I?
Yeah.
So we did that. Then after that, starts to get blurry. What did we do after Superliminal?
Well,
we played Snakey Bus.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't remember Snakey Bus until you said.
It's because we only played one game of it.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing I can remember is Judd saying, "Let's do some gambling." God! And Judd gambled his life away on a betting site which we won't mention, and to my dismay, and I got really annoyed that he won more. So Judd's up on his gambling, which is not good reinforcement for you. That's really bad.
I love that it's like. Well, you shouldn't be gambling. You shouldn't be putting 20 quid up, putting 20 quid on roulettes a week, and then I'm like, yeah, but I'm like 120 quid up, and then you're like,
it's so annoying. It's so annoying because literally it's not just me that obviously don't. I barely ever gamble, to be honest. But it's not just me who doesn't win on gambling by doing things like you do. It's everyone.
It's everybody in the
no
world
one
ever,
wins. Yeah. That's like the whole point of it, really. Apart from you, with your stupid luck.
I win. I'm allowed to win.
God, so that's that. So something else that's happened since then, which is good that there's even more content to go with. We're not just going to be dry of content. We didn't blow our load last night in last week's podcast.
And now you're waking up to us fucking cooking your eggs in the morning, give you a slap on the ass and asking you when you're going to leave. Honestly,
though, if you've not watched or listened to that last podcast, I highly suggest it because it's one of the better ones, I think. So this morning, I don't know whether it was the rum or the absinthe that we had last night, but our bowels. Do you want to describe the feeling you had in your bowels?
I've just been shitting constantly without anything in me because I've not really eaten, to be honest. Yesterday we went.
In fact, you've still not. We've just got McDonald's and you've still not been eating it. I'm gonna go get you that.
Okay. I only had half a tub of popcorn, and I think I had some chips. I had some chips as well just before you showed up, but that's all I had yesterday. But I've just been shitting fucking non-stop.
You're weird for how little you give a shit about your hot food being hot. You really don't care much at all, do you? To me, if my hot food goes cold, that's really annoying. I would
have preferred to eat it hot, but I don't know, my stomach's just off. I think it's the fucking green. I'd put money on the fact that it was little green vials of absinthe. Yeah.
Oh, glorious. Glory be. So my experience this morning of my bowels aching, we drank the same stuff, so it was obviously one of the liquors. It can't have been some food we ate because we ate different things completely. You ate some popcorn at the cinema, but I had nachos and so my experience was around 7 a.m, my belly was just aching in pain. I was like, oh, what? That feels horrid. And I got up to do a big log turd. Did a log-style turd. And then I was like, right, that's over with. Back to bed then. And I went back to bed. And half an hour later, my belly's like, we're going again.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no. How is this pain coming again?
Yeah.
So I had to go to the toilet. And this time, it was one of them. It was a big old shooter, you know? It was one of those kinds. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I felt like I'd got all this shit out of my ass last time. Thank God we're done now, though. Right?
Yeah.
No! Another half an hour later, it's like, ugh! And then, but that time, obviously there was nothing left in me, so I'm just sat on the toilet, my body's going, we're about to shit. And it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just oh my God. It was insane. I think I'm over it now, though. I've not felt it in a little while, and we've.
I had it this morning.
No, I had it this morning. That's what I'm saying. But we've since gone out to get some food and things like that. And I think that it's done with for now.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
The beast is qualmed. The beast is.
But speaking of going out and getting some food, because we were, I wouldn't say we're too hungover. Are you hungover or?
I'm not hungover. It's just my bowels. It really is just my fucking. It's just shitting. I'm fine, really though.
Yeah, I would say that I'm not particularly hungover as well. I remember this morning being like, thank God for past me last night because I made sure to have some water.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Normally, I'm very responsible when I'm drunk. And I'm like, I'm not having any water. I want more booze. But last night, I was like, okay, we're going to take care of ourselves. Have a little sip of water.
I remember you coming into the room I was in last night, and I was like, oh yeah, get me another drink. And then you disappeared, and you came back with water, and I was
yeah, you wanted. I forgot about that. Yeah. You wanted another alcoholic drink.
Yeah, I want another rum. As I was laying in bed, I was like, oh, I might just want another rum and coke while I'm just laying here in bed. And then you brought me water, and I was like, I'm gonna.
No, I seem to recall you being like, oh, that's fair enough. I mean, you were in bed,
yeah.
Why do you need to be more drunk? It'd have only wrecked your bowels even more. Let's be honest.
Well, Alex, I wasn't drinking the venom. I wasn't drinking.
We don't know that it was the absinthe. It could have been Ron Jeremy's liquids.
I know for a fact it was the absinthe. I know you can't hand me a glowing green vial and go drink this, and then when I have bowel movements, you're like, well, maybe it was the rum.
I'll show the green vials on the video version of the podcast again for people who've not seen the previous one. If you've not seen the previous one, do though, because it was good. So yeah, that's the vials of absinthe. And they come with a fancy little spoon. It was quite fun, actually. I don't know what order things will be coming out in, but there'll be a video on us trying the absinthe and doing the whole potion mixing part of it or whatever on the Streams Badly YouTube channel that I'm going to edit together. I don't know whether this podcast will come out before or after that, but either way, go check that out if it's up there. Yeah, I don't know. So we went to get food this morning because you know, we needed it. Yeah. You were really hungry apparently. And it's the first time me ever seeing your car, your new car. And
you love
it's special. The words to describe it I've had for it is it's got personality and it suits you.
You loved it. You wanted to trade pink slips. The fucking
Need for Speed Drag Race. No, it's oh god, I had a little drive in it to kind of, I guess, test it out, see what it's like. You know, it's one of those things that as a guy, you like, just for some reason it's in your nature that you just like somehow know you have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have a little bez in someone's, if someone's got a new car, you have to have a little go in it.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the case, but it just is. So I did that, and yeah, it's
she's a worker.
It is hard. That car, it's difficult. There's a reason that I christened it with the name Clunk.
Clunk.
That's what we're calling it now, Clunk. Because it's just clunky. It is fine. It does move, not very fast. But it's so clunky. The gears are like, I would say that the feel of driving that car is like, it's kind of smushy. Like, you have to kind of ram the gears into place and smush them in there. And
particularly the first gear. Every other gear's like, you know, it's a bit weird, but it's fine really. But the first gear, you have to like beat it into place. Essentially, you have to fucking really get it in there to get into
compared to what I'm used to. The first gear, all the gears really suck. But I don't know. There's not much else to say about it. It looks a bit tatty and everything. When I got in, I was like, this smells like Taco Bell and shame. And you're like, oh, I did have Taco Bell while I was feeling shameful.
That was like 2 days ago, yeah.
Yeah, so that was that. And I just drove it a little bit, and then you drove it the rest of the way to get McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah.
And you drove it back, and wow.
I'm fine. I'm not too bad.
You keep saying this and trying to will it into existence, but that's not true.
You know what? I did will it into existence because I fucking passed my test first time.
I know, and I don't understand how. And I swear to God, people who pass their test the first time are normally the worst drivers because they essentially don't get called out on how shit they are.
I personally think I passed too fast because I didn't drive for about 6 months. I went like 6 months with no driving because I fucked off that instructor because shit, and I didn't touch a car, and then all of a sudden I was doing 5-hour intensive course and then going in for my test.
Yeah.
Because I booked the like smallest amount of time I could get because it was the cheapest because I'd just broken up from work for Christmas. I had my last paycheck in my account that I still had to buy presents. And then I had to also sort of just hold on, like have money over the Christmas time until like January 9th or something when we get paid next.
Yeah.
So I had fuck all money. So I just bought like the lowest amount I could buy. And I just thought to myself, well, I'll do my test because my instructor was like, I just think you need a bit more time. He said to me, I know you're safe. It's just you just need time to like get to grips with stuff. And I was like, he said to me, if you want, we could actually reschedule the test and we'll not charge you any cancellation fees or anything. We'll just rebook it for you and then we can get some more lessons in when you've got the money and we can get you trained up. And I thought, well, I wanted, because it was like pretty much the day before, I was like, I still want to go for my test because I just want to see, like, you know, I want to just have a go at it and see what it's like. And I thought I'd failed, but he fucking said I passed. And I was like, well...
I feel like I should be able to go to that driving examiner and go, look, you got this wrong, Chief. We need to overturn this result. It's not great. Like, as in, the prime example is, we were driving up a road and I was saying, keep going to those crossroads. And I repeated it like 4 times. Keep going to those crossroads. Keep going to those crossroads. And Judge's like, I can see your hand. You're slowing down and you're about to indicate left. And I'm like, keep going keep going on to the crossroads.
That's not necessarily me being a bad driver, though. That's just me getting confused with instructions. Like
about fucking driving.
Yeah, but like it's not like I was like swerving or anything or speeding. It was just like I was just like, oh, I'm going this way, and you're like, no, you retard, this way. It wasn't, you know, I wasn't like fucking going crazy or anything.
That's being a bad driver. You weren't taking instructions about what directions to go with in driving. Well. That's being a bad driver. just because it's like your sense of direction that's the bad element of it. Don't mean that you're not bad at it.
We'll see as the bad driver when you crash your car next week. And now that's going to happen because you know how lucky I am. So enjoy that.
I think that's the least safe I've felt in a car with someone. I'm not going to lie, and I don't intend to do it again anytime soon if I can help it. Yeah, I said to you as well, it'd be interesting to let you drive my car for a little bit to be able to know the difference between like your shitty car and like a good car, because you'll have had your driving instructor's cars that you'll have been in, but it's not quite the same.
I've driven Dad's car as well.
What, his Range Rover?
Yeah, I drove his Range Rover.
No.
Yeah, I drove his Range Rover.
He let you drive his Range Rover?
Yeah, he let me
This is like £100,000
yeah.
car.
Yeah. Well, it was. Apparently he's fucking smashed it.
Nice segue, here we go. Yeah, he did. He did crash his car. And the circumstances for me were mildly funny because...
Right.
It was on my birthday. I was at the top of Scarborough Castle, and I'd got a phone call from my mum. You know, some relatives and stuff like to call you on your birthday, check how you're doing. And our dad called me, so he called me. I answered the phone, and I went, hello, and I heard like a noise, and he went, I'm gonna have to call you back. I've just crashed my car. I was like, what? Okay. It was like it literally. I heard it as it happened. He was answering the phone, and I heard it. So I guess that was funny. So I went, okay, good luck. But luckily, like, no one was hurt or anything. He'll probably tell us the story more a little bit later on because we're doing something with him later. But what he told me was he was at a set of lights. Now, this is something you would do, and even you can call him a little bitch driver or something because you've passed your test now. You're allowed to do that, and you've never done that. You've never crashed. Now,
I've never crashed. I've never crashed now.
But what he did, he was at a set of lights, and he saw some lights change to green, but they weren't his. They weren't for him to go.
Yeah.
But he thought they were, so he pulled out, and someone hit the side of him. So it's like he's got no leg stand on it. It's kind of his fault, and he's going to have to deal with it. But yeah, so I'm guessing he's not taking his Range Rover to see us today. In fact, I should message him asking him what time everything's happening.
Now, it's happening right now.
Just sending that message. Sorry, the dog's barking. It's really annoying that my dog started barking again.
I don't even know if to be able to hear it. I never seem to be able to hear it when it's dog's barking.
Maybe, I don't know. So we're going out later with Dad. We're going to Wagamama's.
Yes.
It's like a Asian cuisine chain that's in the UK. I don't know where else it is.
Asian?
Yeah. Something that's called Wagamama's is
Wagamama.
You don't think that's going to be Asian cuisine? Have you never been to Wagamama's?
I've been, but like I can't really remember. They do chicken, don't they? They do like specialize in chicken.
No.
I mean,
you're thinking Nando's.
No, I know Nando's specialised in it, but I also thought Wagamama's also did chicken. I thought chicken was their thing. I don't know. I'm not a Wagamama's connoisseur. I don't know like what they're
I haven't been in a while, you see, so I thought,
Yeah.
you know what? If someone else is paying for it for my birthday, it's a bit expensive for a chain as well. I'll you know, I'll make them pay. It'll be good. And we might be seeing Uncharted, and if that's not on, probably Jackass again, because that's just a fucking good movie.
Yeah.
And it'd be funny to see what
Natalie,
our dad and his girlfriend think of it.
I don't think. Well, I don't know. Dad might not be too bad. Oh shit!
Dad'll not like it. We watched Gremlins, and he thought that was just fucking stupid. Of course he won't like it.
He really did not like Gremlins.
So we're doing that. That'll be fun. Yeah. I picked Wagamama's and thought Jude probably won't like a lot there because you're very picky with your eating.
I might not even eat. I'm just not eating today. I just don't.
And I thought, well, fuck him. So that's what we're going with. Yeah. Do you want to explain what you're doing as well? This whole time, Judd's been.
Yeah, I suppose I'm building a little fella, a little character, a little goofy fellow from my Warhammer game.
A little plastic model man.
I'm just building him up.
What is this one? Which one are you building?
This is a man called High Marshal Helbrecht, and he leads.
He's German, isn't he?
He's
like
German.
A Nazi.
He's German. They're all like all the humans are like Nazis in Warhammer. That's the point.
Oh.
Yeah. So there you go.
Or to make it more modern, like Russians. We can't say that. It's a very
that's the whole
distasteful
thing.
Distasteful joke. But Jesus Christ, that's put me in a terrible mood.
Just end it. Just end the fucking podcast.
Just end it all. Yeah. Just end your life. No, not really. It's a joke. It's all jokes. Okay. But this is what you would normally do at home, isn't it? Building your little plastic men.
Building my little fellas.
But did you buy this recently or something?
My train got cancelled whilst I was in Leeds, so just like as I was having a walk around Leeds, I like went into is it walking? What the fuck is it? Travelling man. I went into one of the Travelling man, like they do like nerd shit. They do like comics and shit.
I've not been before.
Okay, it's so they just do stuff like that, and they just had like a little Warhammer section on the side, and I've been meaning to get this guy for a little bit now, probably about a year. So I just thought I'd grab him.
Fair enough. We've not got the proper tools for building this, have we?
No.
You're trying to do it with Gorilla Glue, like a
gorilla. Like
you've got Gorilla Glue, some guitar string end snippers, and a Stanley knife, which is not the correct tools.
I'm making it work. I think I'm making
quite
it work.
well.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of comics, Judd, wait there. I've got something to show you that I got for my birthday.
Oh,
it's pretty cool. This it's not. It's
I have
nothing
to
crazy.
entertain everybody.
It's just around this corner.
Oh,
I'm going around here. It's over here.
He's still in the room, everybody. I don't have to.
Where is it?
I don't have to present the show by myself. He's found it. He's found his thing that he got for his birthday.
This is one of the presents my mum got me for my birthday. It's a mint condition comic book.
Oh.
Do you know this one?
The Invisibles, yeah. Is it Garth Ennis who wrote that one? Is that how you say his name?
No, it's Grant Morrison.
Grant Morrison. That's what I meant.
John
Grant Morrison.
Stokes, one of those.
Garth
Because it says
Ennis.
the name on the bottom.
Fucking hell.
I'll show it on screen. It'll be backwards. Sorry about that. But the reason why this is cool is it's from March 1997. It's the month I was born.
Nice.
This is the DC comic that came out.
Nice.
And it's still in its plastic and everything because I don't want to. I'm going to read it. I'm going to take it out of the plastic. I'm not. I think these things should be read, but I'm gonna read it and then put it back in the plastic and keep it nice. But I'm treating it a bit like a fine wine, like an aged wine. I'm saving it for a special occasion.
Yeah.
I want to read it on a special occasion. So
it's issue number 2.
Yeah, because that'll be the one that came out then. You see, so. Suggested for mature readers. So the thing with my mum and my sister went to London, and there was a stall that had loads of comics, and that part of their deal was they'll look up like what comics were released in your birth month because it'd be a cool thing to own. And there was a few, but the other ones were like because they were in the 90s. What do you know about 90s comics?
90s comics for me is when comics were starting to get edgy, like they were starting to become edgier.
Yeah. So what type of thing do you think you might see on the covers?
Like The Boys and Crossed and shit like that, I can imagine. Oh, that bat nearly killed you.
Yeah, the bat present that my grandma got me. Yeah. Fuck me. No, so a lot of them had like lewd ladies on them.
Oh, yeah,
you know, because that was very like it was a very 90s comic book thing to do. So my mum didn't want to get me one of those because that'd be fucking weird, wouldn't it? So yeah, that's something I got. It just reminded me. I think that's pretty cool. I'm still waiting on a time from our dad for what we're doing.
90s edge had a particular like hint to it, didn't like a particular tone to it. A 90s edge, like Sonic the Hedge. Like no, sorry, not Sonic. Like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Was that 90s?
No, I think it was noughties, but I mean that's the kind of
Shadow the Hedgehog first.
It will have been like 06.
Appearance.
Oh, his first appearance
2001.
Oh, so
just close enough.
Yeah,
very similar. Not quite matured out of that. Do you remember like this game, Sonic Adventure DX? You remember that? Look at this. Look how this looks.
Isn't that 06? Isn't that Sonic 06? That where you're running away from the orca?
They all look the same, Jim.
They do all look the same, don't they? They are just the same game over and over.
I remember the one with like the blue blob man.
That's Chaos.
Yeah,
Chaos.
The fuck was that all about?
I don't know. That was
so weird.
That wasn't like one of... That was one of Robotnik's things, weren't it? Fucking... He made Chaos, I think.
I've no idea.
Do you not know about the deep lore of Sonic the Hedgehog?
Not really. Good. I just... It fucking freaks me out, is what it does. It's weird.
It's a weird little fucking
anyway,
thing.
Moving on from that.
A Sonic character in the comics, like, died from an LSD overdose.
What?
That's real. Look it up. Sonic
I don't want to. I'm not going to do that.
Well, there you go.
What we're going to do is what I've been hinting at for the last previous podcast. Pizza topping tier list. Here we go. That's what we're doing. Hey, we're catering to the child audience now. How we're going to get that sweet ad revenue.
I can't have children listening to this. It's hot, man.
Just so you know how like I've been trying to do some like different content that's not just podcasts, like reacting to something or whatever. That little reacting to UK memes or whatever that we did last time is one of our most viewed videos on the YouTube channel now.
What? Why? It's not even that good.
Stuff like that pops off, doesn't it? It's like it's easier to get people interested in that sort of thing rather than like an hour-long podcast. Unless you're already. So anyway, pizza topping tier list. We've got your standard kind of categories. So there's S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier. So that'd be the worst, and like I don't know, I've never had it before, type of tier. So we're gonna start off with we're gonna do 2 tier lists. Cause I'm gonna do mine and you do yours because we've got different tastes. Get it? Do you get it? So we'll start with you can do your first and then I'll do next. Anchovies.
F.
You hate them?
Yeah, I don't like any type of fish.
For a pizza topping, F. Fish. I don't think fish goes on pizza at all.
No.
In fact, fish with tomato sauce and cheese sounds horrid. So F tier for that.
Okay.
Bacon.
S tier.
S tier.
Yeah.
Slap that. You know what? I agree.
That goes right pizza.
Well. Yeah. It's got to. Bacon is perfect. It's made for pizza. Next we have this is those yellow peppers. You know those kind of sweet yellow peppers. Not bell peppers. Those like little ones. You ever had those before?
Yeah, I mean I don't like them, but like I can't bring myself to hate them the way I hate fucking anchovies. So I'd probably put in D. Like.
Yeah, I actually agree as well. I thought this was going to be different, but I agree. I'd put those in D. I don't really like those. There's not much I don't like in terms of vegetables and things like that, but like peppers is one of them. Speaking of which, bell peppers.
I'd put them with D as well because that's not my real thing. I wouldn't necessarily really care. I don't think.
See, bell peppers for me, I'm actually going to put in C tier because there's certain pizzas where it kind of like is nice to have them on a bit. Like if I'm having like a Mexican style pizza, then they put bell peppers on stuff traditionally. So I won't remove them. It's kind of part of the experience.
Yeah.
So They're all right. Olives.
I don't fucking like olives at all. For me, that'd probably be. I mean, it's either low D or high F. It's not. It's not near.
I think you're feeling this, aren't you?
Not near. Yeah, I think that's.
Going F to your fear. I'm gonna put olives in the same place I put bell peppers. Because I don't know. There's some. Olives are a weird one for me. I don't particularly like them, but I like to eat them. If that makes sense.
Right.
I like to eat them when I'm eating them. I don't really like the taste or the texture that much. I don't dislike it much either, but...
Dalton loves olives, you know. My little brother, he goes fucking crazy for olives.
How old's he again?
10.
I forget how old you are.
Yeah.
So, how old are you?
No, I'm 23.
God, I'm 25 now.
Yeah.
Gross. Hot sauce.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily like it that much. I'd put in D.
D, okay.
I know you're gonna like it.
Hot sauce on pizza.
On pizza, though, I don't know.
It's not gonna get S tier. I'm hovering around a B or an A tier.
Okay.
I think it can kind of ruin your pizza experience sometimes a little bit. So I'm gonna put it on B tier because I love hot sauce in general. Right, here's a pretty obvious one. Cheese.
Well, I mean S, yeah.
Cheese goes in S tier, doesn't it? Pretty obvious. Raw chicken legs is the image
yeah. That's the image that is used.
I think it just means chicken.
I'd also personally put that in S.
S tier for chicken. Okay, see that. I'm gonna put chicken in A tier. Oh no, it's got to go in S tier. Thinking about it, so many varieties of chicken you can have, like Cajun, teriyaki, southern fried. They can all. Oh, that's delicious.
You could order the Jordan special, which is chicken, bacon, and ham. How's that for some fucking variety for
the
you?
bacon or the ham's pretty redundant, really, though, isn't it? It basically tastes the same. You may as well say chicken double bacon.
No, but it's different textures. You got to get the textures and going in your mouth. Is the thing.
From the pizza places you order from, they're all the same texture. It's all just gross mush. Come on, that's the only texture you're interested in.
You gotta get those textures.
Sun-dried tomatoes. What do you think about that? Or tomatoes?
So so we were not talking about tomato sauce. We're talking about actual tomatoes.
Yeah.
D. I'd put that in D. Maybe even F. You know, but like a low.
Do you prefer sun-dried tomatoes to olives?
I do prefer them to olives. Yeah.
D then. Yeah. Okay. Sun-dried tomatoes, I'm not a fan of them, okay, very much. But sometimes I like to have them on a pizza. I think it's gonna go I think it's gonna go in B next to hot sauce. You know what? No, that's too generous. I'm gonna put it in C. D tier for me. Not bad. Like just a few sometimes is kind of nice. Anyway, feta cheese.
Feta cheese. That's the. I'm not a big fan of feta cheese.
Is feta cheese goat's cheese? Is feta goat? Is feta cheese goat cheese? Sometimes, but not usually. Traditionally, feta is made using sheep milk. Most commonly, it can be made using sheep, goat, or cow milk.
I'm not a big fan. I'd put it in D.
Okay. I hate feta cheese.
Yeah.
A feta cheese is like a little secret annoying spy. It's like, oh, that looks so creamy and cheesy, and then you bite it and it's like,
yeah.
That's what it tastes like. It tastes like sour stinging. That's what and it pisses me off. It's like, this is gonna be so creamy and cheesy, and it's like, and ugh, gross. It's like a sleeper. It's so annoying. Fucking hell. Garlic.
I'd put garlic in like C.
You're not a fan of things, are you? You don't like food.
Well, garlic's not too bad. I don't mind garlic in some stuff.
Yeah, I love garlic. I'm gonna put it in A because it's like an enhancement. It's not a star topping or anything like that. It's like like a garlic butter or something.
Yeah,
is really nice to have on your crust, but it's not an ultimate star. But it's often very nice. Ground beef.
A. I'd say A. Ground beef.
Okay. Yeah. I think I agree. I think I would put ground beef at It's good. It's really nice, but it's just not. I don't know. It's just not quite as exciting or nice as like bacon or some types of chicken. Ham.
S.
Yes, this is one of your Jordans. In fact, you're just building your Jordan special at the top
the S is for special.
Ham, I'm gonna put an B tier. I think it's just boring bacon to me. Just not as interesting. I'd rather have ground beef or something like that. I'm not too in. I like ham. I wouldn't pass it up on a pizza. And for many a year, my go-to pizza was a meat feast, which just like had all the meat on it.
Yeah.
But I realised as I've grown up and matured that it's not about having everything you like all at once. It's about making nice little subtle combinations. Especially now that I appreciate the cheese on pizza so much. I think my favourite thing about pizza is when it's really cheesy. Jalapeno peppers.
I'd put it at D, but like a high D.
Not like here.
And higher than that, like highest D. That's highest D there.
So nearly C.
Yeah.
I put jalapenos same place I put hot sauce. To me, they're pretty much the same type of deal, really. It's whether you want it hot or not, you know?
Yeah. I'm interested in this one.
Mac and cheese on a pizza.
I've never heard of this, and I fucking love mac and cheese.
Yeah, I've not had it before. It reminds me of the Mucky Mavis burgers that we used to get at a place called Grill Pit that's gone now near us. They were delicious. Like, every time I went to that place, I would want to get the Mucky Mavis burger and their brisket.
Yeah.
Oh, I honestly, obviously, the Mucky Mavis burger came with like fries and stuff like that as well, so you could just have that on its own; it'd be plenty. But I kind of wish they had an option to not have fries and stuff, because I just wanted the burger and then a side of the brisket.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was a mac and cheese burger, basically, this Mucky Mavis burger, and it was so good. There was so much stuff on the menu at that place that I was like, oh, I should try something else this time. But every time I came to do that, I was like, but it's so good though.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, we've not tried this, so in theory we have to put like I don't know, I guess.
The thing is, I am gonna put it at I don't know, because I've not had it. I actually don't know how good that'd be on a pizza, but it is actually my favourite burger topping.
I think if you kind of replaced the cheese of the pizza with mac and cheese, then that could work. But I don't know. Maybe we should try and find a pizza place that does mac and cheese pizza.
Yeah.
And give it a go. I'm gonna put it at I don't know as well, because I don't know. I've not had it before. Mushrooms.
That's going at F. That's going at F.
F.
Yeah.
Oh.
F.
Lord.
F for fuck off of my pizza.
F for that's a fun guy. Mushrooms to me. I'm looking at. Oh.
No, what?
I love mushrooms. I don't know if it's going to be A or S. Like, I often get mushrooms on stuff.
Someone isolate the clip of Jake saying I love mushrooms and then send it to his mother and say that it's a terrible drug addict.
I'm dropping it in S. I could be convinced to drop it down to A, but like, I really like mushrooms, you see. And do you know what's annoying for me? I don't get to have mushrooms very often because my sister and my stepdad, they don't like mushrooms, so we never get them in. Yeah. So we never get to eat mushrooms. That's really annoying. I'm 25 and I still live at home with my parents. Is probably the most annoying part of that. But I'm buying a house though. Got another one on the go. I'll show you that after this.
When you move in, are you just gonna sit there with like a whole bowl of mushrooms, like full mushrooms, just eating them, going.
Okay, green olives.
So they're just gonna go with the black olives for me.
But that's it. I'm gonna put them with the black olives as well. That's F tier for Judd and C tier for me. Onion.
I don't. It's F for onion on pizza. I don't like eating onion, but there are some like foods and stuff that I do like being cooked with onion. Yeah. So it like adds some.
Maybe
of
that, like a curry. You don't really like curry though, do you?
I like. I'm okay with like tikka masalas and stuff like that, and kormas and stuff. I can't go any spicier than that. I don't.
Yeah. What would be an example of something cooked with onion that you'd like then? Maybe a hot dog or
burgers.
burgers?
So
Okay.
if you fry onions in with a burger, I like that, but I don't want the onions on the burger.
Oh God, you
yeah.
suck.
Yeah.
Judd's opinion is terrible. You've not put anything in B. Onions for me, they're gonna go in A. Onions are good. They're a good little vegetable crunch, additive. Nice little crunch as a texture of your pizza. I like onions on a pizza. It's not gonna go S tier, definitely not. It could at some point drop to B tier maybe, but I just think that like. You can make some nice combos with onions. You know. Moving on, Parmesan cheese.
C.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Parmesan cheese in D. Like I like Parmesan cheese on pasta, but I just don't know as it has as much place on a pizza for me. I just don't think it suits. So on to the next S tier one then, pepperoni.
B.
B tier. You're going to put pepperoni, the classic topping, in B for pepperoni.
For pepperoni, yeah. Yeah, I just think it's sort of just like an average topping. To be honest, it's the classic. It's pepperoni, so it's in like B.
I do not disrespect the pepperoni, and I'm going to put it in S tier. I love spiced meats and everything. It's great. I mean, pepperoni is like up there with like bacon as the same sort of thing, you know? Same sort of effect. Moving on, pesto.
Oh, is it? No, it's the green. That always fucking enrages me. That when
what,
that's
the green
on a pit.
spread?
It fucking enrages me. It gets me so angry. Put that in F.
Okay, I'm guessing that's your least favourite thing then.
Yeah, it probably is. It just fucking ruins a perfectly good pizza.
Okay, so I'm putting in S then. No, I'm not. I'm not too fond. If you have a pesto pizza, like if it's built around the pesto and you have like some creamy cheese and stuff to make it part of that, that's quite nice. But often I prefer a more traditional tomato base or even a barbecue base. So I'm going to put this kind of alongside like sun-dried tomatoes in C tier. Something that it's nice to have sometimes, a little bit of that. But yeah. Right, here's the controversial one. Pineapple.
Well, I've never actually even really tried it on a pizza.
Too scared.
Well, no, I've just don't think I've had the opportunity, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. So
F tier. Pineapple bad on pizza.
You have tried it then.
Yeah, definitely. The argument is, but salty and sweet, it goes so well together. Yeah, but pineapple's really juicy, and I don't want loads of water all over my pizza. Like, it makes it all soggy and smushy and gross. No, it makes the texture of the cheese all, like, horrid to have all that water all over it. No, gross. Fucking hell. Roasted peppers.
That's probably going to go in D with the other peppers, to be honest.
Fair enough. For me, it's peppers, but worse because they're burnt.
Yeah.
F. Don't like them. Why would you just burn your peppers before you eat them? What? That's ridiculous. Who fucking does that?
Pepper.
Bratwurst sausage. I guess
I'd say B for bratwurst, probably.
Alongside pepperoni, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
To me, this sausage is just slightly more boring pepperoni. It goes alongside ham. It's like ham is boring bacon, and this sausage is boring pepperoni. So they go in B for boring. Next, we have spinach.
I don't want any of that shit on my pizza. Put that in F.
If you look at the colour palette of what's at the bottom of just what's at the top, anything that's like pink or like beige.
Anything that looks vibrant and juicy and like is full of good and nutrients, it's like right at the bottom, and anything that looks processed and fucking like been ripped off a corpse, it's like up at S.
I'm gonna put spinach. I'm going to put it in S tier.
Oh my god.
I love a green on my pizza. You got to have a green to add, like, to mix it up. I don't just want my pizza to be your ideal pizza, essentially, of just like salty, meaty heart attack. I want something to just break it up so that the next bite of salty, meaty heart attack, hits harder. I want a bit of fresh to break up my heart attacks so that I can feel them.
I just want to have a heart attack. It's the
Next, we have steak.
Steak? I've never had steak on a pizza before.
Really?
Yeah.
So you'd put in, I don't know,
because I'd assume probably like A or B.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. It's quite
a
tough meat, isn't it? To have on a pizza.
I have had steak before, and it's just better version of ground beef.
Yeah?
It's going in S tier.
Oh.
It's great. Look at the difference between I like things and you don't. Like you've got so many things on the bottom end of the tier list, and I've got so many near the top. Right. Last is just straight up tomatoes.
Just put
tomatoes, not tomato sauce.
Just put them with the other. Can you move both of these tomatoes down to F? Actually,
you don't like tomatoes,
no.
Huh? Now, I am not a fan of whole tomatoes. I don't like them. Sometimes I'm all right with like whole raw tomatoes. If it's part of an experience, so sometimes I'll leave them on a burger. If I know that that's like part of it and I want the full experience. And that's the same for me with pizza. But I'll often take most of the tomato off because it's often too much for me. So I'm going to put them in D, but on like probation. If I get annoyed by a tomato anytime soon, I would put them down to F.
You're going to remake this tier list just so you can put that down to F?
No. But there you go. That's the pizza topping tier list. What do you think of that? Did you have fun there, Judd?
That was a hoot and a hollering of a good time.
It's taken up a big old section of a podcast. Why not? So there you go. Is there anything else interesting? You've not started your little... normally on the podcast, we would be having a regular segment of showing... There'd be Freak of the Week.
Yeah.
We could do a debate. There'd be Judd's present I got him of growing his little grass-haired man.
Yeah.
But you've not started your grass-haired man. I've not come up with any sort of debate thing this time, and... We've not even been anywhere for Freak of the Week. Have you got one?
I'm freakless. I'm freakless again, yeah.
So I think that's it. It's a shorter podcast this time, but fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
Is this answer to that? If you want more content, check out the 123 other podcasts we've done. And stop complaining. Right. Bye.